Captain Blood is a game that apparently has been stuck in a time capsule for years and was finally released. But does this game capture the golden era of action games or some of the worst aspects of it? In Captain Blood, we play as, well, Captain Blood, a buccaneer on the high seas with all the swagger and charm of a pirate era Dante. But when he gets caught up in a battle between the British and the Spaniards, it's going to be up to him to save the day, get a lot of loot, and stab lots and lots of people in the process. Some way to describe this game would be Pirate God of War. As I said in the Stinger, this was kind of held in limbo for almost like 2 decades, maybe more than that. And what we have is essentially like a who's who of action game cliches circa 2000 to 2005. Lots and lots of nondescript enemies, all wearing different colors to denote their strength? Check. A very bare bones yet still important to follow upgrade tree? Yep. And QTEs. Lots and lots and lots of QTEs. The general gameplay here is again pure hacking and slashing, and sometimes shooting, as you'll run from left to right, right to left, or forward to back, to kill all the enemies that get in your way, and make your way through each level. The kind of character models here, kind of like this old school or like early 2000s charm. For some reason it kind of gave me like a vibe like the older Dynasty Warriors games, in terms of like the appearance of these enemies, especially the boss class ones. As Captain Blood, you'll be able to attack with a light and heavy. You have your trusty, very large blunderbuss on hand, and you also have Rage Mode, because another staple of early 2000s action games was giving every character a double trigger of some kind. The upgrades here are kept very basic. You can unlock different moves, as well as executions which can give you different resources, as well as some good old-fashioned more health, more rage, that kind of thing. The problems, unfortunately, come very quickly for Captain Blood. There is a ton of jank to this one. So, starting out, there's no camera control and no lock-on. So if you're trying to attack or interact with something and there's an enemy close by, sometimes the game doesn't recognize that. Enemies can of course stun block you, and even when an enemy is not facing you, their bullet can still hit you sometimes, like it did me. There are few and far checkpoints in these levels, and some of these sections get quite long. Not to mention the QTEs tend to go all over the place. Some are very easy, some feel very rapid, and I could have swear that I don't think the game counts if you hit the wrong button. So if you just mash like all 4 face buttons, there's a good chance you will get every QTE done right. Now this would have been okay or serviceable if the combat was at least interesting. And unfortunately, Captain Blood falls in line with all the kind of like C to D tier action games that we played in the early 2000s. Enemies are just a constant flood of all clones in like the same colors. You have basically the same way of fighting them each and every time. The grab is your best attack. It will one-shot all minor enemies, and of course you'll need to use this to execute the larger ones. I found the kind of Y overhead smash AoE attack to be the best move because it hits all enemies around you and stuns them along the way. And you also have kind of like a very light parry which just like stops enemy attacks. The dodge also does not seem to give you iframes, as I was hit many times in mid-dodge by different enemy attacks. This one, unfortunately, I would have to put into the pass column. It's a great lesson to study if you want to see kind of how much action game design has evolved, and where it can certainly get a little bit clunky in spots. From a technical standpoint, there's also definitely an issue with the audio mixing, as the voice acting or the vocals were so low, there are plenty of times I couldn't even hear what was going on, despite having that volume all the way up. At the end of the day, Captain Blood again is definitely a time capsule more than a buried treasure. So there may be some fun and cheese to be had, but if you're looking for a very refined and polished action game, you may want to leave this one buried in the sand for a little while longer. Captain Blood was played with a press key. Until your game for a future stream is going to involve pirating, treasuring, or hack and slashing, please reach out. If you did happen to play this one longer than me, please let me know what you thought about it down below, and especially if the combat gets any cleaner or less jankier as the game goes on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone real soon with another video. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.